Alright, so, let's get back into it. Our guards, Leva and Higgimus, are outside of a Shou dress shop. And,
No, I'm outside the door
well, yes,
of the dressing
yes,
room.
yes.
I'm inside the shop.
I was summarizing and I oversimplified. So, while this is going on, you know, they're in there. What exactly are you doing at the door, Leva?
Being bored?
Okay.
No,
That's fine.
I'm trying to listen into their conversations if I can hear it at all.
I mean, you're still
And
euphoric on that tea, so
can I hear anything? Can I listen in?
It's very muffled. It's very muffled. You can hear them talking, but you
Do
can't
I
hear what
hear
they're saying.
more?
No,
Do I hear more or less than if I wasn't euphoric?
you don't know.
Okay.
Seems normal, though. Doesn't seem like it has affected your sense of hearing.
I also look at the door. I'm wondering whether I could just open it a little bit to hear a bit more.
Give me a wisdom check.
Wisdom.
As you're considering it, you remember that the doors squeaked a little when when they were going in. Sounded like the hinges might have needed some oiling.
Oh, what a pity. So I leave them alone. So I leave the door alone. But I do listen in insofar as see whether I can differentiate three voices. And
it's really hard to tell one voice from another through this door.
You're just going to tell us that she disappears by the end of it.
Well, you can hear talking.
And it's different voices. Or do I just hear talking?
There are definitely different voices, but you can't be sure who, you know, what you're hearing, you know, corresponds to who or that kind of thing.
Okay. So I keep my ears open to hear, to listen for changes in their pattern of speaking. So if all of a sudden it's always the same voice or the same two voices, and the third voice has gone, then I'm gonna think again about going in.
Okay. While this is going on, you know, customers are still coming in. There's also a, you know, like a shop assistant who's helping out the other customers while, you know, the head of the shop is in this dressing chamber. You notice overall, both you and Higgimus, I assume you're not doing anything to actually impede people going in and out, Higgimus?
No, not at all. I'm just kind of... I'm looking for the stereotypical bad guy, twirly mustache.
Yeah. I did just notice that you really do want to be taller than everyone else there, and roll 20 by adding Lance to your name there. So now your icon is still higher than everyone else's.
I finally found where I can change the name.
All right, so let's see. As you know, time progresses with them in this room. You know, 3 women, two were together and one was alone, come in, and then then a Shou man enters. He looks to be about in his 50s, balding, but very nice clothing.
What type of clothing?
It's Eastern
Is
clothing.
it a mix?
No, it's Eastern clothing. fully Eastern, very similar to what Nobuon was wearing. And Leva, you notice.
Oh.
Nice try there, Higgimus. You notice that he goes with the shop assistant over to a part of the store that has smaller kimonos. And then a dwarf-like figure enters. About a little bit over 3 feet tall. Definitely has an Eastern appearance, but no beard, unlike the dwarves that you're familiar with. And he's carrying a small box. As soon as he enters, he kind of looks around. Almost like he's looking for someone. But he doesn't see them. I am too distracted by you guys changing your names around here.
I didn't listen to you at the last sentence. I had to read what Braxon had written.
Sorry, I'll change it back.
So the
I already changed mine back.
the dwarf kind of takes up a position near the doorway, holding this box. It's not a big box. Maybe about 8 inches wide.
Is he waiting for someone?
He is standing around, looking around.
And no salesperson is approaching him?
The salesperson is busy with the older gentleman. But after a few moments, she does take her leave of him while he's browsing the selection, and goes up and speaks to the figure, the dwarf. They, you're too far away to hear.
Lip reading?
Is Higgimus...
Higgimus is outside. This is
so
inside.
he doesn't hear anything?
No.
Okay.
She can read their lips, can't she?
She should be able to do a lip read. Depending on the language.
No? I mean, is that something you want to do, Leva?
Yes. If I can read his lips, not hers, not the salesperson, but the dwarf's lips.
Okay. What's your proficiency score in that?
What? 18 minus 2. Let's see, like this.
Yeah, you, unfortunately, the positioning of the saleswoman is blocking your view of what they're talking about. So you can't really see, can't really read his lips.
Okay. Oh, well.
But she only talks to him for a moment and then returns to the other customers and leaves them there, apparently satisfied by whatever whatever he said.
Can I get her attention?
No need. I think you could just wait for her, but if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, you
I
can-
gotta feel. I think I know what this is, but
he can.
I'd like to get her attention and quickly find out what this was about.
Yeah. You would probably have to leave your position at the door.
Don't they walk around the place all the time?
They do, but she's helping the other customers, and you're not a customer.
And if I jump up and down and clap my hands, am I still not a customer? Yeah, it's okay. I could call out for her.
Yeah, you could. I mean, it depends on how you want to try and.
I don't want to leave my post.
Well, I mean, what do you want to do? You do what you want to do.
what I really want to do is ask the dwarf why he's there, but it's not my place to do so because I'm only I'm not even a customer there. I also don't want to leave the door because if by any chance he is trying to get to Homiko, then that would literally almost open the door for him. So I will try and get the salesperson's attention by calling her
Okay.
and gesturing.
All right. You call out to her as she's moving between two customers, and you definitely get the attention of the other customers as well. But she comes over to talk to you and says, "Yes? Is there something you need?"
I was just wondering, if we had the bodyguards for Homiko and Homiko. What's the second name? What's the family name?
Matsuan.
What was that?
Matsuan.
Matsuan.
Oh, no, sorry. Mashita. I don't, sorry.
Okay.
I'm merging
and
Nobuan with that.
And I just wanted to verify that the people here are innocent of anything. And I saw you talking to this dwarf, and he's still sitting there and standing there. Does that have anything to do with Homiko?
Yes, actually. He says he has something for her.
Okay.
Kill.
No, find out what it is.
Dun, dun, dun.
But he didn't tell you what it is, did he?
He showed me the box, but he didn't open it.
And is he going to wait until they come out?
That's what he said, yes.
Okay. Did you tell him that they are in this room here behind me?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Oh, what a pity. Okay, thank you very much. Do you happen to know who it is? Who this is?
No, I mean, we get deliveries from wealthier members of the community in such manner regularly. I just assumed he was delivering for them, for someone.
Would you mind sending him to me?
I will go ahead and ask.
Thank you very much. You're very kind.
All right. She goes over to the dwarf and speaks to him, and he kind of pops his head around her and then looks back at her and nods. And then he comes over and says in a fairly accented voice, "The lady said you wanted to see me?"
Yes, thank you for accommodating me and coming here to talk to me. I am part of the bodyguard of Homiko Mashita, and as such, we are very interested if unusual things like deliveries to her at this place happen. Could you tell me who are you the one who wants to give something to her, or are you the delivery man who delivers the package to her?
I was told to deliver it anonymously.
So you're not allowed to tell me who was the person who gave the order?
I am not, no.
But you know who it is from what you said.
I do, yes. I do not give away the name of my master if he does not wish me to do so.
What is your name?
Let's see. No, I had it on the list. I just wasn't. I was on a different part of the page. I am called Toru.
How do you spell that?
Tour.
T.
Toru. I'm sorry. Toru.
Toru. Toru.
Yep.
And could you give the package to me so I can deliver it to Homiko later on when they come out the room? Don't forget, I'm the bodyguard, so anything she receives will go through me at the moment.
I'm to give it to her personally. I can wait. That'll be done eventually.
Yes, they will, but we will. In any case, we will insist that the package goes through us, because we are the bodyguards, and we make certain that nothing bad happens to her. And if you don't tell me what's in the package, then I have to assume that it's no good.
As long as she is there to receive it, I don't care who actually opens it.
All right. So I will insist that you give the package to me.
I will do so when she comes out, if that's what you demand.
Yes, that's what I demand. I also... How high is a normal bribe?
Have you ever bribed anyone before?
Me? No.
I mean...
But there's always a first time to start with.
Right, well, I mean, if you want to try and bribe him, then that's entirely up to you how you go about it.
I wouldn't call it a bribe. I thank him very much for passing the package on to me when she comes out, with giving an appreciation of my gratefulness, being grateful.
If you get Higgimus to sit on him, he'll tell you everything.
So I'm asking, how much would be a normal? Would be something like that?
Well, I mean, just a simple coin is usually what you give to, like, people who deliver messages and stuff like that, whether, you know, copper coin, silver coin, that sort of thing, depending on how wealthy you are and what they did for you.
So I'm... he said that he talked about his master, so I don't think he's a simple delivery man. So a silver coin certainly won't do it. I'll give him a gold coin.
So you're going to give him a gold coin right now?
Yes, thank him very much.
Okay. He looks at you strangely for giving him a gold coin, and he shrugs and pockets it. Ah. Thanks.
But I insist that you give the package to me.
I will do so, but not right now.
Okay.
You overhear him mutter something about Westerners as he's walking away to take up his position back where he was.
Yeah, stupid Westerners. We don't know anything.
Okay. Shortly thereafter, it's probably been, 30 minutes or so in total time since they went into the dressing chamber. Is there something you want to do before they come out?
I want to know whether the other guy who looked at kimonos has left.
Yeah.
Or whether he's still there too.
Yeah, he's left by
Okay.
now. At some point while you were talking with Toru, it looks like he left.
All right.
All right. So after having been in there for about 30 minutes, the three ladies come out. The shopkeeper is carrying a bundle, a large bundle. Etsuki is looking maybe a little bit chagrined, and Homiko is looking even more like just you'd almost say drab now. I mean, nothing else has really changed. I mean, sure, she was trying on some different clothing, but she's back in her old clothing now, and it's just like she looks more drab now.
And her behavior?
It's like a mixture of listless and sullen.
So is she consistently getting worse as time goes on?
Seems reasonable to make that assumption.
And it looks like she's consistently losing more and more energy as time goes on.
Since the morning, yes. As they exit, the dwarf stands himself up, up straight, carrying the box in front of him in kind of a formal manner, and he comes up to Homiko and with a slight bow, he holds it out and says, "For you, mistress." Now he is going straight to her, ignoring you.
I take the box.
He gives you a dark look, but he lets you do it. Homiko also gives you a dark look, but doesn't specifically say anything.
And what do I do with the box now?
Well, it's kind of a thin wooden box. It's tied with twine of some sort. Not, it's finer twine than usual, so it's like not that coarse.
I don't have a detect magic spell anymore. I have my backpack with me? I packed the box in there. I say, check it.
You're just gonna start putting it in your backpack? Is that what you're doing?
Now you put it in words, it doesn't really sound right, no.
Well, you're holding the box now. And
how does it feel?
It's fairly light.
It's light?
Yeah. It's fairly thin. It's not that deep.
Actually, what I do is I open the box.
Okay. Laying inside is an ivory hairpin, and one end dangling from it is a gold ornament in the shape of an open fan. Still giving you kind of a dirty look. The dwarf says he's looking at you, but clearly speaking to Homiko. He says, "My master wished you to have this gift as a remembrance for your wedding." And then with that, he turns and leaves.
I perk up and I say, "Do you know this master?"
Who are you saying that to?
Homiko, since the dwarf has left.
She slowly shakes her head and says, I don't know who it could be." She reaches out and takes the hairpin, though, and starts looking at it.
What comes to your mind when you look at this? Does she change appearance when she takes the things and looks at them?
No, but she doesn't really answer your question either. She puts it back in and then kind of snaps at you. "Give it to Etsuki. That's what she's here for."
Okay. I turn around to Etsuki and I say, "I'll give it to you when we're back at the house. Is that okay?"
Homiko, before Etsuki can say anything, Homiko says, "I told you to give it to her now. She's my servant. She carries my
We are your
purchases and
bodyguards.
possessions."
We have to make We have to make certain that nothing bad happens to you. Therefore, we take those things until we have checked them, and then we're quite happy to give it to Edskit so she can put it away for you or do whatever you want to have done with them.
Etsuki's kind of looking between the two of you with wide eyes, but then Homiko kind of slumps a little bit and says, "Fine, do whatever."
Okay.
And then she
So
starts making her way out of the shop.
I follow.
Did I notice this dwarf at all?
You saw him leave, yeah, and I would assume that. I mean, were you paying some amount of attention to like looking through the front window and everything like that?
Yes.
So you would have seen that whole exchange. Although maybe not have heard
as the dwarf leaves, I'll be like, "Hey, excuse me."
He stops and turns to you, looking up and up, and then waits.
I'll say, "Greetings. I'm Lance Corporal Higgimus. I couldn't help but notice that you brought a package in for the young lady that was in there.
I did.
Who was it from?"
My master. I'm not at liberty to say.
No. Why is that? As I'll reach back and pull out my belt pouch.
He asked me not to. I follow the orders of my master.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like, surely he wouldn't mind that much if you just happened to let us know who it was. I mean, after all, I am a bodyguard for the young lady, and I would hate for something to be reminiscent of this situation, especially since she's getting married. Is that from her fiance?
I wouldn't know.
Open my pouch. You wouldn't know?
Yeah, he says he wouldn't know. What were you doing with your belt pouch?
Oh, I was opening it up. It's where I keep all my money. And I'll kind of jingle it a little bit, be like, surely, I mean, can't be that secretive, as I bounce the pouch in my hand a little bit, and then kind of pull out a couple coins. Gold coins.
He snorts and says, "You'd be surprised," and then immediately turns and walks away.
I am going to duck inside. I'm going to say, just real quick, be like, "Hey, I'm following somebody," and then I'll be back, and then I'm going to follow that dwarf.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I followed the two ladies. Ladies.
Okay. I love the mental picture I'm getting now of Higgimus trying to like hide in shadows behind a dwarf.
He isn't
Yeah, I'm
hiding.
not going to bother doing that.
All right, so you're just gonna follow him, not even try to like hide that you're doing so.
It's
Or-
going to be ridiculous me trying to hide anyway, right? Right? I mean, be honest. I mean, there's not going to be an easy way for me to do that.
It is pretty crowded, and there are other Giff around. Giff are not exactly an unusual sight, but you are almost 9 feet tall, and
Yeah.
he is not 4.
All right. Well, I will keep my distance, but I will follow him. I'll take off my hat.
All right. All right. Give me 3 d20 rolls.
Eh.
Yeah, you actually lost him pretty quick. He seemed to be going in a specific direction, very like single-mindedly, But then all of a sudden,
Which
he
way
just,
was that?
it's all right. So your shop is here, or the shop that you're at is there, and he's going down. Let's see. So it goes down this way, and then over this way. But then somewhere around here, he's just like striding boldly down, the road, in the middle of the road.
One sec. As we were walking, I'm following him. I'm going to take note of details about him.
Okay.
Mental notes.
Okay.
All right.
He all of a sudden just he's just going kind of steady pace, and then all of a sudden he comes to a corner and he just zips to the left.
Which corner?
Just like a corner of some stalls. I mean, this area is just full of stalls. So he's just right
so
there,
it doesn't matter
and he
where.
just zips to the left. Yeah, it doesn't really matter where.
What if I wanted to come back later with some trickery and try to trace him from that? Oh, no, it's not going to happen. All right. I will try to meet back up with the ladies.
All right, so you're not even going to go up to the corner and like look around or anything?
Yeah, I guess I can. I mean, I'll try that.
Okay. Yeah, you look around the corner and he's gone as far as you can tell. You don't see hide nor hair of him. There's a crowd there, but it's not so thick that he could have been lost in the crowd per se. But then again, he is also 3.5 feet tall.
All right. Next person that tries to deliver something to her, we kill. And I'll head back to the ladies.
Okay.
We'll see if they bleed blood.
Yeah, give me another D20 wisdom check with a +4 bonus.
Oh,
Wouldn't
no.
that be a
Well-
-4?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's either a +4 to the score or a -4 to the roll. Yeah. You get back to the shop and you don't see them.
I'll duck my head in to the shop.
Yeah, they're not in there.
Yeah. I'll ask one of the ladies inside if they saw which way they went.
Mistress Emwa herself comes up and says, I believe she was going to visit Elerana's laces.
Which direction is that, if you don't mind?
She's able to give you directions to it.
I toss her a silver piece for the directions. And I say, thank you very much, madam.
She looks mildly offended.
Oh, okay. And I leave.
Okay.
This is Asian culture, They get offended if you give a tip to a cab driver.
Yes, that's everywhere outside of the U.S. mainland, right?
All right, Elerana's Laces is this shop up here.
Okay.
You're able to catch up with them there.
I turn around to Higgimus. Oh, Higgimus, I'm so happy you're here.
I'll say I lost him. Maybe if Yeldan or Lafdul was here, they could have kept track of the person, but he was so small. Did you see how small he was?
Yes, I did. Wasn't even as tall as I am, and I'm
Yeah.
small.
Yeah. I say the next person that tries to deliver something to her, we kill them.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Did I show you what actually got delivered?
No.
I didn't let her have it.
Higgimus was able to see it through the window.
Oh, okay. I
when-
didn't
when,
know if I saw the actual thing.
Homiko took it out of the box.
Oh, yeah, that charm of some sort. What is that?
Hairpin.
I'm playing the Higgimus doesn't know
Oh, okay.
jewelry that well. He wouldn't know. I wouldn't think.
That's a good point. You don't
That's-
exactly have a whole
Giff
lot of hair.
would wear those things. Yeah.
That's
I
a
tell
fair
him
point.
it's a hairpin. It's a hairpin, you know. For people who have lots of hair, they use those pins to get the hair in certain shapes.
Oh, okay. I guess that would be nice to have.
You're really gonna kill somebody who delivers something?
Yes.
Why not? If he doesn't tell us who he works for.
Yeah.
Might be slightly illegal.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We might start with telling him that we would kill him if he didn't tell us, and if he didn't tell us, then we kill him.
It might also be slightly not good.
I'm joking, by the way. I wouldn't actually kill him. Higgimus
You just
is
sock him.
he's neutral good.
I'm
Now he
chaotic.
might
Yeah,
get
but
into
you're not-
fisticuffs.
You're not. The neutral is the you're good. You know, on the good neutral evil axis, you're good. Keep that in mind. Anyway,
Yeah, I wouldn't just kill him.
I'm chaotic.
so the trip to the lace shop goes fairly uneventfully. The purchases there are for some ladies' products and a veil for the wedding dress. And after that, you knew that Homiko was planning to, like check out some of the stalls in the marketplace, but after the trip to the lace shop, she turns to Etsuki and says, "I think I'm done for the day. Let's go home."
Has she changed in any way?
I mean, it's still not like a big change. It's really only been 10 more minutes since leaving the other shop, so.
But she touched a hairpin. Did that change anything in her?
Not as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Alright. You're just gonna follow her back home?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, you
I'm gonna
arrive
keep
back.
an eye out for silly little dwarfs.
Alright. There are a lot of dwarves around.
The Asian-looking ones, you said.
There are a lot fewer of those around. Alright, you make it back to the Mashta residence, and fairly uneventfully. And it's about late afternoon. Homiko retires to her chamber with Etsuki to, Etsuki has a package from the Mistress Emma's shop. She told you it was the wedding dress itself. They retire to her room, close the panels and everything like that, and you guys are free to finish up. Yeldan, you'll come back around this time.
Oh, when she starts to head into her room, I'll tell her thank you for bearing with us in this matter.
Saying that to Homiko?
Yes.
She gives kind of a tired nod. Etsuki will take the box from you now, Leva.
I wanted to show it to the others first.
Okay. Then she will wait while you show it to the rest of the party.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Braxon will be back yet.
If you want to
I
be back,
suppose-
you can be back.
Okay.
I want to know what Lafdul makes for of that present.
I've got no detect magic. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, same here.
It would have to be the next day.
Yes.
Does your spellcraft knowledge tell you anything about items or no?
Can we
I don't
use
know
that?
how spellcraft works. You have to ask
Actually,
Could we
Yeah.
do something like that?
Not really.
Still-
I've got an idea. Could I do an appraisal on it? But if I know vaguely where to find such an item,
All right. Let's see.
does it have any like hallmark, cell mark? Something that would narrow it down at the very least.
Jeweler initials
All right.
made by Tiffany's.
It does not have any distinguishing marks. You would guess at the quality of the work, it's probably a custom-made creation.
Is it recent?
No signature?
None that you can say. There really isn't much place to put it. So if there's a signature, it's nothing that you recognize as such. That he recognizes as such.
Every artist signs his pieces, so there must be a signature somewhere if it's custom made. We might need a loop or something to see it, but there's always a signature on a custom made piece.
I think that's a little bit more of a modern thing, especially with things like jewelry.
And it's also just a hairpin, right? It's not like...
Well, it's a big hairpin.
It's a fan on it.
Yeah, I mean, the ivory hairpin itself is a good, like, 9-10 inches long.
You know,
That's about right for like people who have hair that's like down to the waists.
All right.
That sounds about
Not
right.
necessarily. You use those pins for different hairstyles.
Right. Well,
Yeah, I know, but you also
it's-
need hair that long to use a pin that big.
not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But long hairpins are a common feature in traditional Japanese, wealthy dress.
And it's quite acceptable to have them visible. So if you have a very long hairpin, you have it stick out on both sides.
Yeah, sorry, man.
You're not really.
Ornamental.
You're really not sure how much it's worth.
Yeah, I'm not.
Right, but I
don't
mean,
think-
I was rolling the appraisal.
you know, if this hairpin comes from the same source as the other items that have arrived, if it's not from the fiance and it's not from the family, this isn't good.
The dumb question: this dwarf, isn't he small even for a dwarf?
Yeah, I'll tell
Wouldn't-
Braxton and everybody the description that I took down from the dwarf.
He's not really small for a dwarf. A little bit smaller, but
Small compared to Higgimus.
certainly yes. Eastern dwarves tend to be bow-legged, so they tend to appear shorter than other dwarves.
Is Homiko's father or her fiance
yeah.
around?
Everyone's around, yeah.
Let Eski take the pin now. It's no point in holding on to it.
So I asked her father and Jundo whether
Jundo's not
they-
around, I'm sorry.
Oh,
He doesn't live
okay.
here, so.
Yeah, he's in the restaurant if you want to go find him.
maybe later. But at the moment, I asked her father whether he's ever seen a dwarf like that, who is obviously a servant, something, to some master, unnamed master, who seems to be rather rich.
Well,
Laugh.
some of the wealthier people tend to consider them ideal servants. They're loyal. They're not terribly common, so it tends to be a sign of affluence just for having one, being able to pay for one to get out here. Although, they don't like leaving home very much, but there are a few. I mean, there are a few families here on Brawl of Korbokuru.
Do you know if I can't remember the Ryoto that he meant? I'll ask him about if the Ryoto that he kinda knows If he has a dwarf servant?
Dunno, I'm sorry.
Alright.
How well do you know this Aguto Ryoto?
Not at all, really.
Do you know anyone who knows him?
Let's see. I suppose you could... Well, I mean, Lord Chan would know him for sure. He knows pretty much all of the, wealthier members of Shou society here.
I don't think we'll be able to talk
you could check with, shoot, what's her name? Hold on.
Names.
No, it's a specific person. I need to look up what her name was.
Don't forget we know the dwarf's name.
He says you could check with Karishu Otobe. She has a number of shipping concerns and investment concerns. She tends to know just about everyone around. I'm not sure if how easy it would be to meet with her, however. Braxon, you know this name as people call her the Dragon Lady.
Oh.
She's in the...
Yeah,
What I'm
probably.
telling you is that she's in the Rock and Brawl sourcebook.
Right. I've heard that name. They call her the Dragon Lady.
Seems silly.
Well, she turns into a dragon. I raise her eyebrows to Braxon.
Nah, probably not.
You never know in this universe.
Yeah, but that's me saying probably not. Yeldan. I don't think people can turn into dragons.
You know that she kind of operates as a counterpoint to the Yakuza in Shoutown. There's kind of like an uneasy truce between the Yakuza and her organization, but it's not quite a true thieves guild.
Is that something I know, or is that something
No,
Braxon
that's something
would know?
Braxon
Or...
would know. The Yakuza
Right.
are, I mean...
The Thieves Guild's known to everyone.
Yes and no. The Yakuza are, because they operate protection rackets.
Yeah.
They're kind of an open thieves guild. The other ones are known to exist, but they're not open.
Right.
Yeah, anyways, once we're done talking to other people, I found out some things about Shou spirits while I was researching.
What'd you find out, Yeldan?
Well, it turns out that most of the Shou spirits are not actually what we would call spirits. They're what we would call other monsters, such as undead and such. They just don't look... So, we're not looking at a possession or anything like that, most likely.
They're corporal.
They have corporal forms and all that, yes. They're not ethereal, they're not ghostly spirits or anything.
But do they have
Lafdul
lance
raises-
corporal forms?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Sadly, I couldn't find out much more, and there isn't that much... Seekers don't really have that much solid evidence of Shou spirits. They only have folk tales and such.
So what are we looking for? A physical person? That's...
Well, I got a feeling, since Ryoto has been brought up a few times, I got a feeling that it's probably that whoever this Ryoto is actually this Shou spirit. Is my guess. right?
At this point, I don't know.
Right.
I
Well,
don't know.
Braxon quickly passes over the stuff he knows about the Dragon Lady.
I don't know if we'll be able to talk to her.
We can send somebody to a letter asking for an audience. Or how would you go about communicating with this person? What's the right protocol in this, old?
Um,
Might indicate the skull.
going and asking. I mean,
Just go up there and ask.
she's essentially a businesswoman.
Oh, okay. Alright. I suppose we can go and just talk to her then.
I don't know if she'll even answer our questions or.
She does, she does. She doesn't, she doesn't.
Ugh. No.
I'd like to go
Generally
back
doesn't
to the
hurt
shops.
to ask.
Yeah.
Asking never hurts.
Well, sometimes it does.
Yeah.
I
Asking
remember
never-
the
asking-
Thieves Guild. Stop.
I'd like to go back to the to the shop and ask them whether this happens often.
Define this happens often. Not sure exactly what you mean by this.
Whether she gets a present almost every time or almost every time when she's there.
Okay, you could probably do that, get that asked really quick before they close, if you wanted to go right now, kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Lafdul will go with.
Okay.
All right.
I propose to Lafdul that afterwards we go via Mayo Baba.
Lafdul says he has other plans. He isn't saying what.
Okay.
So I got a question. About what time did Himiko try to leave last night, Old?
You don't really know.
It was past midnight, you said, though, for sure.
I don't remember if I specifically did, but it happened at a point when Tayan was in her room, and
No, it was-
you let her in,
that's
and you let him in in her room. So
Well, what happened is she tried to leave, and then I heard something, so I checked, and
Yes.
then she went back, and Tayan got in at that time.
right,
Mhm.
and then the next morning, Tayan was able to inform Leva that she did in fact leave and come back, but Tayan's an animal; he doesn't have any concept of time.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to figure out what time did she try to leave the first time.
Okay.
Was the meant of the question, and I think you said it was like an hour before the end of my shift.
Yeah, I mean, that's the information that you have. I'm not going to give you an exact time because you don't know that information.
Okay.
I'm wondering.
I'm gonna
wondering about
take
these
first
gifts.
watch again.
I'm wondering about these gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
It's-
okay. What were the gifts so far? A ring with a blue stone, pearl earrings, and an ivory hair stick. When it comes to some of the
And a
things,
kimono. Kimono.
oh, a kimono too.
Was the kimono gifted?
Yeah, it was a new kimono that wasn't known.
They don't seem to be magical from what you said, but we've got this hostile stuff going on, and these gifts coming from someone who doesn't want to admit who they are, who's not connected to the fiancé. It's almost as if
How
someone
do you
wants to.
spell kimono?
I'll put it in. Go ahead, Braxon.
It's almost as if someone wants to turn Hamako into another woman or something, which is a mad theory. But and just like I've got a mad theory that someone's coming through the wall. Imagine someone's died and lost their body or something, and they want to steal another man's wife?
I don't think so.
Well, no, it's just theory.
It's just a theory. It's just a theory. Why would someone want to secretly give a woman a load of gifts under the nose of her father and her fiance without anyone knowing who they are, unless they have some sort of ill intention?
More than likely, what they're trying to do is steal her from the husband.
Yeah,
Yes.
but she doesn't dislike her fiance. If she disliked her fiance and someone was trying to romance her,
Some of
that'd be
these
a
things
different
are
thing.
a lot more subtler. If she started disliking him outright, it would be a freaking clear sign.
If
What color?
yes,
What color are those earrings and the hairpin? Is what color? And the kimono, etc.
The earrings were pearl. They were pearl earrings. The ring was, I think it was silver and a blue gemstone, pale blue gemstone. The hairpin is ivory and with a gold dangling, kind of a. I mean, it's not like a big fan. It's just